So this is the second video in regards to this. I'm going to call this one Tropical Storm Beryl Damage Flooding Reports. I've been gathering some data from the people that have been posting videos on YouTube and showing all the different areas that have been damaged. They're just starting to come through. They had over 19,000 people without power for the last day or so, and they've got 30 work crews out according to Mayor Brown, and they should be up and about hopefully soon. So these are the ones that I could find today on May 29th. It is at 11 o'clock p.m. right now, EDT time. So this is Beryl. Beryl's through Atlantic Ocean and roads to Jacksonville Beach. This video is going to show you how much of the beach. I think one of the guys said it was down by 150 feet, but don't quote me on that, okay? Sido, these are people from the Weather Network that have videos up. He talks about the floodwaters, and he shows you a video of the riverside floods. Really cool to watch, actually. See these huge waves coming in onto the streets, and then these cars get flooded. It's pretty cool. Well, it's not cool, but you know what I mean. It's cool to see, but it's not cool to be there. So maybe I'm not using the right words. So here's the update again for solar winds. These solar winds are going to actually feed on your storm there. So whenever they go up, they are up to 442 kilometers per second. You see them go up, you know your winds are going to stay high. You're at about 65 miles per hour. I say you probably can go up to about 100 if this keeps up. These solar winds, they start generating storm cells tend to draw wind speeds from the atmosphere, and it can make your wind speeds on Earth faster. Okay, so this is a prediction, and actually I should do this in a separate video. I'm going to do that one in a separate video. I'll go back to it. These are the storm cells. What I did was I started tracking how many storm cells. We actually started with about 4, and we got up to over 120, and now they're down. They were down to 46 plus as of 2:34 o'clock today. Sorry, 11:40 a.m. is when I got the last reading, but it took me till 2:34 to post it. And it was for Florida, Georgia, Atlanta, Columbia, Charlotte, North, South Carolina. That's where I could see the storm was heading at the time. I guess it's gone higher than that. It's actually all the way up the coast there. Look at the first video I just did, and it'll show you exactly where it's going. Okay, and that's going to last until Wednesday, and then of course it's going to swing around, go back out of the ocean, gather a little more speed, and come back for another round of storms for you guys. So, okay, that's an asteroid video. I got a little bit of everything on here. I'll do that in the next video. There was an asteroid that came by really close to Earth today. And this is where I talk about the lunar tides and the solar winds. I do all this data myself. I gathered data from other sites, and then I put it together and come up with some ideas and things that I think are going to happen. Predictions, I guess, is what you call them. And that's all asteroid news. I did a lot of asteroid and sun solar aware stuff because that's what was going on today. This is talking about the earthquakes that are going to happen around the area. Florida is one of them. And there's the show the rates. Sorry. I'm going to do that in another video. Solar winds again. Okay, here we go. There's your storm cells that you had this morning. You see how many there were and how they're flowing up this way, north of Florida, along the east coast. So you can get an idea of what they looked like. Weird looking things. They're nasty though. They're the ones that bring the high winds and the heavy rains. And if you have any like I post, if you have wave activity out here, if you've got high waves out here and you got these little storm cells here, you're going to definitely get lots of rain, and you're going to get really high wind speeds. Okay, that's a definite. We have another problem this week. We have a coronal hole that developed from the sun, and of course it's sending solar winds, which are going to feed. They haven't reached Earth yet. They're not going to be around here till about the 31st, but you are going to see the wind speeds increasing. It's only at 400 right now. I've seen them go up as high as 550, 600. I'm assuming it's going to go up to about 550, 600 kilometers per second. These are the wave heights that we had during the Beryl storm. As you can see, it was 25 feet. That's why you got the 4 feet of water right into the downtown area of Jacksonville. So basically it came in and it flooded this whole area here. You've got some more developing over here. These are going to 30-foot waves. You've got some major wave activity down here and over here on this side too. So these waves and stuff are going to generate, when this storm goes, it's going up the east coast. When it goes back out here, it's going to mix with these waves and all the air, and I think you're going to get a category 2 storm next, hurricane. Jim Cantor from the Weather Network, he talks about the tropical depression, the storm surge at the Atlantic Ocean. And I forget what section of beach he was at. It's the Georgia coast. So he's along the Georgia coast and he shows you what's happened over there. Then we got rain squalls, and this guy's actually out in the storm with his daughter or his wife, I'm not sure, but she sounds pretty young, and I'm thinking, what are you doing out in the storm with your kid? So, but anyways, he was out there for a little while to about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I think he headed inside because there was no videos after that. Either that or he lost power. I don't know what happened. And then this was quite interesting. It slams a retail sign and it throws it down on the sidewalk. That was kind of cool to watch. And this lady, she makes a video about her barbecue and her little kitty cat outside, and then of course the poor cat gets drenched when the rain comes pouring down on him. This one's really cool. This guy's got a video camera, and he's actually surfing at the very beginning of the storm when they got those big waves. He was surfing, and of course he probably got kicked out, right? Because they kicked out about 100 people out of the water because they were going in the riptides. They had to rescue 100 people like in a couple hours. So that was crazy. People didn't want to stay out of the beach, so they wanted to play in the waves, right? But they got themselves in trouble. And the riptides, by the way, are still very high for the next week or so, so you're not going to be able to go out into the water. You're going to get pulled out, and you're going to have a problem if you go in. If they're patrolling it, you'll have a problem to deal with. So the Tropical Storm Beryl, he's doing some coverage about it. He's talking about where the power on the cable, they lost their power and cable. St. Augustine is showing the after effects of the storm. Again, this guy's surfing. Doesn't he look fun in the wave there? Mayor Brown, I got his videos up there. He's talking about the Matthews Bridge being closed until the construction crews, they have some scaffolding there, so they have to make sure that's safe, and then they plan to open it up right after they're done. So I'm assuming it might be open today or tomorrow. He opened his office up this morning at 8 a.m., so I posted that there for you. Here's the updates of all the things that are going to be happening. Your garbage collection is going to be pushed back for a day. The main pier is closed. The ports are open. Schools are going to be open tomorrow. Your public pools are going to be open. Your parks are going to be open on Tuesday. But you're still going to have heavy winds and rains, so stay out of the water. If you see any power lines that are down, you want to call 911. Your jazz festival was canceled in Jacksonville, Florida. However, he's talking about whether residents are going to reschedule it. I'm not sure yet. And this is Mayor Alvin Brown. I think you guys got an awesome mayor there. He does a lot of stuff for you guys. He's right there for you. He's doing a lot of stuff, so he's good. And you got some more of your political guys there. And then Scott Laura is out in the storm, and he's driving around looking at stuff, and he's videotaping that. This one was a sewer explosion that hit pedestrians. Then I have some international flooding stories, earthquakes and stuff. And then, of course, yesterday, if you ever want to look at the actual date, you go up here to your calendar. So the 29th, this is all the stuff I blogged on the 29th. And then the 28th, I also did a lot of blogging about Beryl. No, I didn't. It was the 27th then. There we go. There's all the stuff. See all the stuff I did on the 27th? All that stuff there. So, there's two guys surfing parasurfing waves. Talks about the rip currents. So, I really like this one because where I show, on one of the blog posts I did, where I actually show you what a rip current is, because I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up. That's talking about the waves. I think we did that already. Matthews Bridge. So I did an update every couple hours. I followed the storm with you guys, and I showed you the storm cells, and I got videos from different people that were going through the hurricane, and I basically vlogged it all for you to look at. So you can see it on the website there. So you want to click on the calendar. You want to start. Well, May 26th has got some stuff too. I start predicting this hurricane actually last week. I think I started predicting it sometime in here, and then it started showing up, and then I started, of course, following it because I wanted to see if it was going to happen or not. Of course it did, and there, that's where we started. So I show you how the storm cells start, how they split and everything. So if you want to take a look at it, there's a lot of stuff there for you to look at. Okay?